Hello, friends. It's been another session of transformation and a whole lot of commitment to the transformation of the continent of Africa. I want to especially welcome every one of you to another edition of the African Development Network TV, a subsidiary of the Fed House TV. We have just one commitment, and our commitment is to build a system of transformational leaders who are passionately committed to raising other leaders and engagement in societal transformation. My name is Basikenna Emmanuel. If you are just watching us for the first time, I believe that you are part of the people that we have a strong commitment to make sure that you become the best. Everywhere you are all over the world, you need to begin to partner with us as we partner with you to make sure that your vision, your passion, and the things that you want to do for your community comes to absolute realization. And for some time now, I've been taking some time to talk about how to spearhead or how to be part of the socio-political and economic transformation of the continent of Africa. And today, I'm going to be doing the part B, and our focus is on how to build a civilized nation, how to build a civilized Kenya, how to build a civilized Nigeria, how to build a civilized Liberia, a civilized Sierra Leone, a civilized Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, a civilized Cameroon. And over time, as a political scientist, as a lawyer, as a businessman, and as a pastor, I have taken some time to do a critical analysis of the things that are going on in the continent of Africa, that for close to about 5 decades now, about 5 to 6 decades now, that most African countries have gotten their independence. It's almost like there's nothing to show for it, because I believe that a lot of information, a lot of things have actually gone wrong in the development of the continent of Africa. And over time, some certain people have taken advantage of the system that is corrupt, the system that is uninformed, the system that has deteriorated over time. It all behoves on us as the African Development Network TV to begin to spearhead the transformation of the continent of Africa. So everywhere you are, you're a businessman, you're a trader, you're an entrepreneur, you are a musician, you're involved in entertainment, you are into politics and governance, you are involved in arts and culture, you're a religious person, and you have a lot of passion or you have a lot of commitment to your community. You believe that you can actually do something. Please, let's work together, let's partner together. And we believe that we're going to make a lot of strong contribution to the development of the continent of Africa. Why are we into this? Why are we talking about the issue of a developed country, or how to build a developed country, how to build a civilized country, how to build a civilized Africa? Someone made an illustration, and he said that there's no problem with the American soil, that everything that has gone wrong in America before now was as a result of the people that are living in America. Someone also made a statement that whatever you are seeing now, the reason why many people are migrating back to America, many Africans are trying to become American citizens. Many people many people in Africa, they celebrate their citizenship. They always hear some of my people, some of my relatives, and they get excited. They say, you know, I've got my green card. You know, I am an American citizen. They make a boast of that. And someone begins to ask, is there any problem with Nigeria? Do we have problems in Liberia? Why is it that nobody gets excited when he gets Kenyan visa? I've come to realize that no land is bad, no system, no land is bad. It's all had to do with the human beings that are living there. that actually will turn it to become good or make it to become worse off. And someone made this a very, very striking statement. He said, if you move all Americans to Nigeria and move all Nigerians to America, that in the next 1 year, America is going to be deteriorated like Nigeria, and Nigeria is going to develop and become civilized like America. So it's not really about the geographical area, but the makeup of the individual. This is one of the reasons why I am, excuse me, it's one of the reasons why I'm working on a book that I entitled The Made in Nigeria Human Being. The Made in Nigeria Human Being, or maybe you might expand it on the Made in Africa Human Being. As long as we have not been able to deal with the issue of made in Nigeria human being, made in Africa human being, made in Ghana human being, made in Kenya human being, made in Libya human being, as long as we have not been able to deal with that, we cannot have a civilized nation. And I dealt with that extensively in the part 1. Please go ahead and get the video. Today, I'll be talking about the second platform or the second system if we desire to build a civilized nation, a civilized Africa. So everywhere you are, do make sure that you tune up with us this morning, wherever you are watching us from. It might be morning, it might be afternoon, it might be night, because we are airing from Owerri, Imo State, Nigeria, West African time. And this is absolutely a very great morning where I'm broadcasting from the International Center for Leadership, Diplomacy, Economic, and Human Development. One of the second thing that we must do, the second thing that every system, every organization, and everyone that wants to be part of the development of Africa must do in order for us to have a civilized nation, a civilized country, a civilized continent, is creating transformational leadership system. Creating transformational leadership system. Everything rises and falls on leadership, and I believe that so much from a leadership consultant. Everything that is going on in your family, everything that is going on in your organization is because of the quality of leadership that we have at our disposal. It doesn't matter how much you pray. I pray a lot, but I believe so much on the content of the kind of leadership that we have. We have a very, very backward and uninformed class of leadership in the continent of Africa. Make no mistake about it. It is important that the concept of correct and transformational leaders it becomes part of the system. It should be part of the primary school system. It should be part of the secondary school system. It should be part of the university school system. Once we have the correct leadership in any university, there's going to be massive transformation. Let me try to digress a little bit. I'm a pastor. I've been a Christian, a follower of Jesus Christ, an unrepentant follower of Jesus Christ for a long time. And you find out that many people are always praying and asking God to give us security in Nigeria. Let me just use Nigeria as an example, just like other countries. Many people have been in long fastings and long prayers, and they're asking for the issue of unemployment to be resolved. Many people are so agitating and praying and disturbing God to come down and deal with the issue of poverty. Fine and good. Just one or trickle of individuals may experience such. But I know that once we have the correct leadership in the political and government sector, such poverty index will be altered in the positive. A lot of things will begin to improve, and people will begin to engage themselves in productive businesses, productive ideas. And within the shortest possible time, we're going to have the transformation of a particular nation, of a particular community. Let me just bring it down a little bit so you can understand what I'm talking about. Those of us who are Africans who come out from a kind of traditional setting, if you have a bad traditional ruler, if you have a bad chief, if you have a bad set of people who are making decisions for your community, who do not have the fear of God, who do not know God, who do not have respect for people, you will discover that they will definitely make a wrong decision that is going to affect that community, that is going to affect that clan, that is going to affect that kindred. Whosoever that is in charge of a particular leadership organization, of a particular leadership in a community, leadership in an establishment, be it a company, a school, a church, a mosque, or a movement, the leadership, whoever that is in charge of leadership will determine a lot of things about that place. This is the same thing that is going on in the continent of Africa. We have uncivilized people who are presidents, uncivilized people who are lawyers, uncivilized people who are heads of organizations, uncivilized people who are members of the House of Representatives, who are members of the Red Chamber, the Senate. We have a lot of uncivilized people who are behind the pulpit. We have a lot of uncivilized people who are in charge of different mosques in different locations. We have a lot of uncivilized people who are professors, uncivilized people who hold a kind of a ministerial position in government. Let me just say this emphatically. If you are not interested in leadership, you do not have any right to complain. If you don't want to be part of the making or the makings of the correct transformational leadership in your system, in your government system, in your economic system, in the medical system, in the information technology system, in the entertainment system, in the media system, if you are not interested in who is in charge of these systems, you are not expected to complain. You are not expected to cry. You are not expected to pray, because the prayer is futility. It's just a waste of time. It's just a waste of energy. All I'm trying to do through this broadcast is to inspire several persons who have capacity, who are watching me, several persons who have the necessary candor, who have the necessary disposition, who have the necessary experience required to bring the transformation of their community, of their organization, who have actually sat down for a long time, who are actually worried, who are actually sitting under the fence, and all they do is complain on social media. All they do is to sit down and criticize one wrong person. You know one thing about leadership, once people enter into leadership, you cannot separate their person from their outcome. Once people assume leadership, you cannot separate their person from their outcome. If the person is irresponsible as a person, it will reflect in the things that he's doing, the projects that he's running. There's going to be manifest irresponsibility. This is why we have for more than 6 decades now in Africa, we are still talking about bad roads. We are still talking about pipe-borne water. We are still talking about a manual education system, whereas the world has actually gone into a hybrid electronic education, that everywhere you are, you can access quality education. Is because of wrong leadership. Is because of the unavailability of transformational leaders. This is one of the reasons why we are having people who are in government just because of what they want to get from the government, not because they want to serve people. It is the absence of transformational leaders that have given birth to a lot of crooks who are now behind the pulpit, who are now pastors, who are now bishops, who are now imams, who are now in charge of one religious organization or the other. Let's take, for instance, my country, Nigeria, has been bedeviled by some Fulani herdsmen and some agitators and separatists from different geopolitical zones in the nation. We find that most of the people that are involved in all these things are all there to make money. They are taking advantage of the insecurity of the nation to their advantage, and the poor masses and the people, the common man in the society, is going through excruciating pain. I'm trying to talk to everyone that desires to make a change, everyone that is worried, anyone that is burdened, anyone that is worried about the educational deprivations that our children are experiencing, everyone that is tired of the massive failures that we're experiencing in our secondary schools, in our universities. It's imperative you get inspiration now. You have complained enough. It is important that you step into the ring and take over that leadership. And what I'm doing now personally is that I'm trying to inspire millions of people through this platform, the African Development Network. We're networking with organizations, international organizations everywhere, because it is the season of Africa. It is time for the rising of the strength of Africa. It's time for Africa to manifest exceedingly. It's time for Africa to do the needful. It's time for us to reduce the level of migration. It's time for us to change that negative toga, that negative description, that negative label that we have borne for a long time. And for purposes of this series of teaching, it's important for us to understand the concept or the description of this transformational leadership. That as long as we have transformational leadership, there's going to be civilization. You cannot get an uncivilized man to champion the process of civilization. It is not possible. There can be change. You can't be like Dubai. You can't be like America by prayers. You can't be like Canada by prayers alone. You can't be like India like prayers alone. India was very down, but now they have actually jumped up in the area of their economy. They have actually created an unusual leadership paradigm that everybody now is trying to copy, everybody now is trying to emulate. This is very, very critical. This is very, very important for anyone that wants to be part of the leadership system that will bring an unusual transformation in the continent of Africa. This is critical. This is important. This is one of the things that we must give attention to. This is one of the things that African leadership system must actually seek to correct. And as long as we have not made up our mind to create these processes of correction, as long as we have not made up our mind to create these processes of change, we cannot experience the transformation and the civilization of our dear continent. A lot needs to be said. A lot has actually gone wrong from the media sector, the educational sector, the religious sector. The pastors have messed up. The imams have messed up. Several imams have messed up. Several pastors, several religious leaders have messed up the system. Why? We have refused to realize that everything rises and falls on leadership. We cannot talk about the issue of the civilization of our continent without involvement of leadership. Let me just highlight some few things that have been noted out here. That what are the benchmarks? What are the things that you need to give attention to if you want to be part of the transformational system of leadership that must be created in the continent of Africa so that we can experience civilization? Number one, you must create what we call the leadership system of self-image, correct self-image. I'm going to be taking that very fast because in the next video, I will take our time to explain. We're going to be talking about these things because I know that everything is all about leadership. Everything, civilization is all about leadership. Whoever that is in charge, it determines a lot. It doesn't matter those who are assisting him. Whoever that is controlling a geographical location is in charge. So number one is that you need to be someone that must desire to have a correct self-image system. The second thing is that you must be someone that has created or is willing to create a self-confidence system. A self-confidence system in the sense that you need to come to the point where you are so confident about yourself that you have what it takes to make the continent of Africa, make your country, make your community, make your state to be a better place. The second thing is that you must have the system of self-significance. It has to do with your valuable contribution to society. Anybody who wants to be part of the civilization of the continent of Africa must have a very strong self-significance. He must be committed. He must be willing to contribute, not just consume. We have a lot of consumers. Consumerism in Africa has brought us where we are. Everybody just is interested in what he or she can consume. But you cannot be part of the transformational system until you move away from the consumerism system and begin to give attention to the contribution system. The next thing is that anybody who wants to be part of the development and the transformation of the continent of Africa or the civilization must possess the excellence system. He also must possess the passion system. You need to be passionate about it. I'm so passionate about Africa. I'm so passionate about leadership. It runs in my blood. Anytime you wake me up, I can talk about it. I am involved in it. I live it. I make sure that everyone around me has a sense of significance, becomes a leader. I get uncomfortable with people when they want to be led. I believe in being led, but you need to understand that you need to come up and become an outstanding person. Anybody that wants to be part of the transformation and the development of the continent of Africa in the process of civilization must possess what I call the compassion system. That means the person must have empathy, and he must be sensitive to the values and the cries of people. We have a lot of people who are not sensitive to the cry of the masses. The poverty rate, they are not worried as long as their people are well to do, as long as their children are doing well. They are not worried about what other people are getting. We have an educational system that I've been running. I normally, when I have chance to move around from classes to make sure that the right value systems are transferred to these children. I don't just wake up and say, it doesn't matter, let me just make money. You know, most times one of the things that have destroyed the continent of Africa is because we are so money-centric. We're just focused on, I'm here to make money. I'm not here for pleasure. I'm not here for charity. This is not a charity organization. I am here to make, sometimes people say such things. Yes, you need to also make money, but you need to also understand that there's a cry in the heart of people, and which you must make sure that you are part of the people that must fix that. The next one has to do with what I call the system of self-empowerment. I'm going to take some time to talk about that. This is a desire to improve on yourself, and a desire to also improve on others. They will have also the system, the self-discipline system. The self-discipline system, that is a commitment to self-imposed standards. A commitment to self-imposed standards. One of my mentors made a statement. He said, you are an excellent person when you manifest excellence in the unsupervised area of your life. You are an excellent person when you manifest excellence in the unsupervised areas of your life. So that's what we say, that excellence has to do, or this has to do with a self-imposed standards for yourself. You must make sure you develop the potential to be the best. So anybody who wants to be part of the civilization of the continent of Africa must possess a system commitment to unlimited thinking. There's a whole lot of that, but I'm going to stop at this. Let me just talk about this last one, and then I will call it a day till we see in the next edition. If you are someone that is so biased, if you're someone that your thinking is limited, you cannot be part of the transformation of your community. You cannot be part of the transformation of your local environment. You cannot be part of the transformation of your organization, because your mind is limited. You are just like, let's just flow. Let's just take advantage of whatever we can take advantage of, without realizing that leadership is all about responsibility. Let me just give myself as an example. When we started our organization 11 years ago, we were just like thinking of how to take over the world. We are so passionate about the things that we're doing, and for 11 years we have never changed. We have never had a kind of deviation from the vision. We are so much passionate about the things that we want to do for the continent of Africa, and that's actually what has given birth to the African Development Network. So everywhere you're watching all over the world today, millions of people who are going to come across this video, it's imperative that you understand that you have a responsibility. You must make sure you expand your thinking. You must make sure you begin to ask yourself some critical questions. You must make sure that you begin to prepare yourself, build the necessary capacities needed to be a transformational leader. And that's why we're here. Expand your thinking, expand your world, make one or two contributions, make one or two commitments, expand the stuff that you're doing, create an environment for yourself. Make sure that you impose over your life, over your time, over the food you eat, the water you drink, and create a lot of discipline around you. And let me just tell you, if somebody is always in the business of waking you up, you cannot be part of the leadership system. So this is one of the things that we're doing in African Development Network. And we believe that as long as we are so passionate about this, we create an environment for upcoming leaders like you, and also self-made leaders and leaders who have actually gone far. We can do that. Africa can develop. Americans need to come back here and buy their visas and get their visas. They need to come over to this place and get employed. I believe it's going to happen. It can happen in Ghana. It can happen in fact, it's already happening in Ghana. It can happen in Nigeria. It can happen in Liberia. It can happen in Sierra Leone. I don't know who I'm speaking to today. It can actually happen anywhere. You can start up that company. You can be part of the transformation in the media sector. You can be part of the transformation in the medical sector. You can be part of the transformation in the entertainment sector. You can be part of the transformation in the political, and you can be part of the transformation in the economic system, especially the health sector. You see, millions of people die in Africa because we don't have hospitals, but we have medical doctors from Nigeria, medical doctors from Africa migrating out to go and look for jobs, whereas people are dying. It's a very simple thing. All the people in leadership in government, all that we need to do is just to create a policy system that will expand the health sector, create health policies that will make sure that everybody accesses health projects, have access to quick and durable and sustainable and efficient health facilities. And as long as that is done, the health sector will transform. All right, my friends, I'm done with you for today. I know you have been inspired. My name is Barzikena Emmanuel. I am the international president of the International Center for Leadership, Diplomacy, Economic, and Human Development. And I know that as you partner with us, it's going to be a wonderful time. And I know that the best of you can actually come out. This is from the African Development Network TV, a subsidiary of the Faith House TV. Our passion is to make sure that you succeed in your vision. Our passion is to make sure that we work with you to make sure you transform your community. We are absolutely committed to leadership development and national transformation. We raise leaders, we mentor leadership of excellence, and we give them the necessary environment to thrive. And more especially, we are a God-fearing people. We believe in God and we believe in Christ. We are addicted followers of Christ, and we know there can never be transformation and civilization of the continent of Africa, the country Nigeria, Ghana, or whatever country that you are domiciled. You cannot do that without embracing Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior. This is very imperative because inside of Him, He has brought us so much intelligence, He has brought us so much ideas, He has brought us so much innovation. We have a lot of character to display and market. Why? Because we have Christ inside of us. So while you seek to transform your community, make sure that you have a strong relationship with Him, and I know that the best of you is going to come out. So everywhere you are in Nigeria, you are in Sudan, you are in Libya, you are in Palestine, you are in Israel, you are in any of the Caribbean, you are in America, United Kingdom. Please, let's work together and we'll see you become the best. Please contact us through this platform. Just check our website, www.i-goldafrica.com. You can also check us up on www.faithhouseng.org. You can also check us out on www.leadsfaithhousegroupofcompanies.com, and the phone number that is on the screen, or you can also take it +234 803 500 3594. Till I come your way next time, I'm your brother Barzikena Emmanuel. Have a nice day.